Okay. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the party. Yeah, okay. So, gonna be doing more of this turbo autistic game, which I love. You're not allowed to make fun of my autism or I'll scream. No. So, yes, this game is turbo autistic. That's okay though. 'Cause I love my autistic games. Okay. That should be functioning. And Edward. Gonna load. This was a battle that happened, I guess, at the end of last stream. Okay. Fantastic sound effects. We love the sound effects here on the Gamephans channel.
Hell yeah, we do.
Or if you're watching on Rumble, well, you're probably a viewbot. But,
Probably.
But in case you're human on Rumble.
Biz.
Yeah, I don't know. But the YouTube like chat just doesn't appear for like several minutes for me. I don't really have any explanation for it. The Rumble chat appears right away and is perfectly blank as God intended. Yeah, kill those lizard men. Okay, so refresh my memory. How many enemies do we have in this campaign? We have the kobolds, obviously, because we just killed some. That's troubling.
David Myers, welcome to chat.
Hey. So this shows their military strength, right? And I just defeated like a whole garrison of the kobolds, and then their military strength went down like this, and mine went down much steeper. So I feel like they might have got the better of that encounter. Alright. Ah, perfect. Chat exists. Oh my god, when you pop out the chat, it changes it back to top chat, excluding the man-bear pigs.
No man bear pigs here.
Yeah. Man, I'm so like disoriented. This game is so complicated that I don't really know what the fuck I was doing. Oh, I know what I was doing with this guy for sure. I was making a village. Perfect. Oh, and he can still move after that? How zany. Focus on getting money, I guess? Is that smart? Does that make sense? Yeah, get money so then I can afford more of the things that get the not money. Okay. Oh, and I can do a greater summoning ritual, or major summoning, the best spell the necromancer has. I'm not doing all these other things because I just feel like major summoning is just the best. And it doesn't get cheaper than 75 unless you go to another dimension. Wait, actually.
Yeah, David is saying YouTube takes several seconds to start the stream.
Yeah. So there's these pillars of like Valhalla or something, of the primal plane, that make it not winter. When it's winter, the seasons are reversed in around the pillar. This is probably just because it's right next to a desert that this is like green, but like part of me is like, because it's like slightly further up than this, part of me is like hopeful that one of those pillars is here. So it reduces the cost of all your rituals by 10%. So that would make major summoning like so much cheaper, so much more efficient. But yeah, let's go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so this is not a dangerous unit, but it is immortal. So it always comes back to life after it dies. And so it's a scout, essentially. So this thing right here, this farm, I was like, oh, should I spend the movement to go capture it? Well, of course, because now I have a little scout thing I can fly around. And I can capture that too. Because they're undefended. I can be like the annoying snakes that were like slithering around and randomly capturing stuff.
Snake.
Snake. So. Hey, Yeshua. Immortal.
Heyo.
A decent band, right? Is Immortal a band? Yeah. Immortal is the band, and then the front man is Abath. Right? I think that's how it goes. Okay. What do I do from here? I don't have any abilities to like go look for the enemy. Like I have no like magic mirror to go see where the enemy might be. You know what? I should get this because I can make myself immortal if I capture this castle. So let me direct my efforts that way. Yeah. It's the most efficient route. Is that really the most efficient? Okay. Go here. Do we have like zombies or something I should be dropping off in places? Oh my god, I'm totally out of units. Should I have like dropped off some people at the city? Let's assume I'll do that next turn as though I did it this turn. Can I bring some zombies into this fight? What's his spells looking like? Necromancy level 2. I wonder what that means. Life drain is point blank, so no danger to my necromancer with that. Thank you. And he has regeneration 5, which is devastating. 3 armor, so zombies literally won't damage him. Period. Oh. So I had to be killed by spectral horsemen? How'd I get this? I'm not complaining, I just like how did this what is the trigger to unlock that recruitment? Because it's not like is it just getting a second citadel maybe? Gesundheit. Thank you. Thank you, Yeshua and David. Quite kind of you. Spectral Horseman. How good are these guys anyway? Spectral Lance is good, but then that's once per fight, I think. No armor. These guys could be exactly what I need to, like, kill the vampire, you know?
Sure.
Because the vampire has a lot of armor, but I think this like negates armor. Nah, just magic damage. They're like hard to hit though. So, Let's start selling iron, I guess. At like a, I'm not gonna do the overpriced, underpriced thing. I'm just like best rate you can get. It's like 1 per month. That's fine. More gold is better. And then I can buy more apprentices or recruit them when they come up. There was a guy. I saw the kobold fly past. Alright. What's your name? Sick Pit? I mean, you couldn't get a more goofy name than this.
Sick Pit.
So, I'll rename Sick Pit according to chat. Yes. No. Meyarden.
Meyarden.
Yeah, it's gonna be his new name. Okay. So we got some slingers. Let's go for a risky strat. You know? Go for a little risky strat. Ooh, a village.
Yeshua says sick pit is better than plague pit.
Maybe. I am not yet capable of taking on... Can I buy Hands of Glory? Spectral Horseman. Should I go recruit Spectral Horseman? Would that have any real value? Most of this stuff is trash. Then again, most of my troops are trash. The vampire is gonna kind of be hard to kill. I don't know if I have a solution to that. The ghosts theoretically should tear through the trash, and the archers should also do that. And this guy should also do that. As far as like killing the guy, like the vampire, maybe this guy. Banefire seems really strong. And I have a lot of archers now. A lot of the Banefire archers. Oh, I forgot to put the... I meant to leave a guy over here. I have to remember to do that next time. Okay. Oh. So did you guys see the lovely Constitution advocate that I posted in the Discord? Man.
Yep, good stuff.
I don't know.
She's really swaying people.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean. It is really funny though.
No, it is very goofy.
It's
Not
just
at all what you would expect.
I see it a lot on Rumble. There's like a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like anti chick with tits out saying based stuff for claps, but like I don't know. It doesn't feel entirely authentic. Yeah, I'm a little suspicious, but I don't know.
Bit of a sussy baka over there.
You can like having fat tits, and I'm gonna go for it. Secret strategy with that scout. I don't know how secret it is, but let's see. Edward, major summon, give me something good. It's better than a ghost. Worm venom. Not enough people in chat to rename this guy anything. Just do different combinations of Yeshua and Yard and David Myers. Aura of Unlife. I don't even know if I've seen this spell. Maybe because it's like a necromancy spell, but it's for point blank, which means you're already fucking dead. Yeah. Oh, this guy can... Yeah, you can just click this and then he goes to the netherworld. Alone, because other people have to have that trait. It's this symbol. Plane shift. Yeah, so... Oopsies. I just noticed when I was looking at the horsemen, they have it. So you could recruit these guys and take them to the netherworld. Not these trash, though. Oh!
Oh?
I forgot to say that I was live.
Oh yeah, I just posted the YouTube link.
do the rumble. Oh, it doesn't pop up with like a thumbnail? Okay. I had a funny picture of Sam Hyde.
That's right.
It's like captioned, instead of the I'm coming to kill you, Hassan, it's I'm Moloch, I'm coming to I'm coming to kill you in your temple. Moloch! Just imagine. Okay, so no, I got my notification. Oops. Never mind then. Boom, boom, boom. Shield your eyes from my horrible cheating. But I am going to just pretend that I did that when I first started. Toggle that back off. And everything is as it should be. Okay. Do I attack the vampire temple? Or, even better... Oh, Finger of Death. That'll fucking make a dead guy. That's... Okay, you know what? We're gonna save. We're gonna save Edward 6. You know how you say 6 in German? You say sex.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but, you know. Let's not worry about that. Pronouncing it close enough. Okay. Let's do it. Let's fucking roll the dice. How about you? You couldn't even get there. But do I want to just like litter zombies around the world? Yeah, I think so. Oh, you know, you're not going to get anywhere in the winter. I'll just fucking save the effort and keep grave robbing. Cheating, not quick coding. Yeah. That's what we call it around here. Okay.
Get damn right.
Now... Okay, I'm not defenseless over here, but I just... Can I actually just fuck these guys up? Maybe I will. Okay, call the herd. Right. And then next turn, I guess I'll just take this over. Well... The movement in the desert is like... costs an extra 1, like it's snow. But when I make this gallows, the movement penalty goes away, so it's kind of nice. I'm like making it a little bit quicker to move around here. Towers spawn enemies, so I need to like take them over, but this guy's got a fucking catapult. So before the battle starts, you might see it count down from 15 on the left side if you can, if your window is like big enough to see the text. Every like couple, every 2 rounds they can attack before the battle starts. And it absolutely fucking devastates you. So, yeah. So it's like 7 or 8 like free shots. I like the Price is Right stock sound effect in this game. I don't know where it's from, but yeah, like all the sound effects are so shit. And I don't know. I'm like used to like Gene Forge with like the best sound effects you've ever heard. So I'm like, I don't know. Trisha. Yeah, I'm spoiled. Trisha hates these fucking sound effects. But it's hard to play a game with no sound on. It feels weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, let's see how that battle went, right? Obviously, I would lose the battle, but... This... Come on, a little closer. No. Okay, good. He's alive. No, live. Ah, fuck. Okay, ooh, wait. Can I pause? Okay. So... Nice. This Fire Drake, real dangerous enemy, right? It's got big fire breath or whatever. But, however, I got him with disease. When those scouts explode, when they die, they explode, and they sick people with disease, which has lowered strength and will take damage every month until it dies. So eventually this fire drake is going to die. There's no cure for disease in this game. It's very stupid. But all these people who got hit, now they're not super major targets. These are like the elite kobolds, but what's an elite kobold? But like a, slightly less shitty kobold. The dragon, however, is big win. Because that'll wipe out a lot of my minions. And now it's going to slowly die of disease before I ever have to face this army. Because, if you noticed, when it was done with the battle, it walked off screen to go deal with other stuff. So it's probably not going to even fight one of my armies before it dies of disease. Now this is the real difficult battle. Oh, they don't even keep the gates up. They're just rushing out. Oh no, what the fuck is that? Cloud of Death? Oh god. What is Cloud of Death do? Is Cloud of Death decay? Oh, okay. So it's not bad. There's one that's like Plague that looks the same. And it gives you disease, which is a super fucking pain if it hits a bunch of your lords or something, because then they all are like doomed to die. Fuck. So decay. Oh no, you're not decayed. You got hit by it, but you resisted it. Nice. So the fear effect coming off of the horse guy, Terror, that's gonna clean up tons of these little trash units. And werewolf regenerates. Oh, it's panicked, so it's fleeing. But yeah, it regenerates. If I can get a finger of death from this guy onto the vampire guy, that would be so nice. Or from one of these archers, because they also have decay on. Okay, that's the wrong person to finger of death, but the theory is good, because that was a werewolf, but the werewolf is already going to flee, so. It's the problem with auto battlers, you can't, like, optimize. At the same time, it speeds it up a lot, because I overthink like crazy in like a turn-based or any kind of strategy game. I don't know, I get very like inactive. But then again, I guess I play games a lot to like have them on while I'm doing other things. So this is sort of like the perfect game for me.
Right.
So the ghosts are hanging in there. The guy took 8 damage, but he still managed to drain back up. Stop summoning stupid stuff that's just gonna clog up the battlefield. Just shoot him. What? How did... Vampire takes... Oh, Vampire... Okay, Vampire takes 901 damage, Vampire dies. Vampire dies and lives again. Okay, fine. Fine!
Alrighty.
Fucking whatever. Yeah, he had I forgot about that. He had twice dead or something. It's some... Cannot pass rivers. That's super fascinating. They coded that in?
Huh.
Cannot pass rivers. Huh. Even if he's using a sturdy bridge. Huh. Can't move. That's a vampire thing. Can't move running water.
That's a neat thing to put in there.
I have other methods of crossing rivers, but you know.
Of course.
So anyway, I have another funny account that I saw on Rumble. I don't know how to reveal it to you to maximize humor, but there it is. Finger of Death. Get blasted. Like Frieza's death ray. Get super poked. Okay, so are they gonna die? The dragon can die, that's fine, but man, that was a costly battle. I lost that Death Knight. Ugh. Now spring is here and my enemies are moving around faster. Bug. Should I have even build vampire lair? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is that... What is this? Has to be adjacent to a dead forest for proper feng shui. Is that actually necessary? I guess it is.
Goofy.
I don't think it is. It must be like... This must be the spell that spawns the castle. Now what I need is to roll the dice with Ritual of Mastery until I get the vampire thing to turn myself into a vampire and be immortal like that guy. Edward. So, as I said before, the immortal guy came back. He can't move when he first comes back, and then the next turn he can. And I can go scout some more. Who do I have as enemies again? I have Aztec guy. That's not an enemy, and I have kobolds. Okay, so just two enemies. How's my gold income comparing? It's quite high. That's good. That's good. Kind of curious to do a kobold playthrough. Like, I feel like lizards are sort of a pretty optimal villain race because it solves the issue of like how they're born with, like, I feel like eggs are more interesting because you can...
I would agree with you there.
I think people are more capable of understanding a lack of connection.
A lack of humanity.
Yeah, like a lack of connection to a child, lack of humanity through eggs than you can with like giving birth.
Yeah, I also think it's very satisfying to watch eggs get smashed.
I know, right?
So
Kobold
perfect.
omelets. Yeah.
You want the eggs to die.
Like what's the guy who's always smashing the eggs in the YouTube videos or whatever? That guy, but in a fantasy world, is just like slapping.
Smash the spider eggs. Smash the cobalt eggs.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I like kobolds. They have a nice progression to like dragon, you know. However that like relation comes about, whether it's like worship or if they're just like, I don't know, have to eat enough something to like turn into a dragon. You have an interesting mix of stuff because like I think this army maybe some of them have wings, which is kind of neat, and then some of them can breathe fire. So you have a nice like mix of enemies, and then you have a lot of trash. And I think having a really nice minion is super key to making a faction feel very fun to fight. At least in like Dungeons and Dragons, I guess is where I'm thinking. But anyway, I think, man, I took so many losses. All right, what do I do? Do I? What do I do? Do I go out there with my necromancer guy, having a not super strong army, but knowing that he has Finger of Death and therefore can like assassinate something super strong? Or do I just send an apprentice out there? Or none of the above? I can actually send out this guy, Worm Venom. Have him go fight. I think what I'm going to do is have my main faction leader go out there, pick some weaker fights, some like easier battles, and summon as he's going out, and then bring him back in and send out the shade or whatever to go do the battles once they have enough. Because I need to bolster that force if it's going to do anything at all. I'll use this guy to summon more stuff. Once this guy can act, I'm going to send him out to put out some zombies here to kind of slow up the advance over there. Instead of attacking this, I think I'm just gonna like try to make, yeah, I'll go here, make another gallows, so then I have like a faster route left and right if I have to recapture something. I'll just focus on trying to get more Hands of Glory. A lot of kobolds. A lot of kobolds. 3 decently sized armies.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. It's a big army. This is the guy who has disease. Yeah, he's losing like 1 health a turn. It's gonna be like 30 turns before he's dead. Not the most efficient use of my suit. Oh, he still can't act. Okay. Not super duper efficient. I don't need this. Like, I don't need to recapture this super bad. What I need is more minions. Okay, this guy can move. Let's have you... Yeah, you already have a couple. Okay, we'll pick up some of you guys. Just want to have your main mission be depositing zombies all over the place. What do I do with you? Because I don't really want him to go into the fray. I can just go over here and like recapture this village or something.
Well, if you're asking, is the map flattened Africa?
No. Flattened Africa? Oh, because there's a fog of war. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I guess that is the shape. Okay, love to draw. I know you're a big fan of traditional conservative streamer girls, right? I'm gonna send you,
Specifically just him.
just you, a very conservative and traditional Christian streamer girl. Okay.
Don't trust him. Love to draw.
I liked Brett Cooper. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly like Brett Cooper. Yeah. Okay. And you can tell chat how conservative and traditional love. Okay, you can tell everyone how conservative and traditional
Oh my god.
this
No.
streamer girl is.
It's a trick, don't click it. Yeah. Accurate.
Now-
David Meyer says, I watched a girl on YouTube make her own webcam out of Raspberry Pi today. Better quality than the store-bought one. The store-bought one she had was $7 worth of parts, even though it cost $60 retail. Interesting.
One sec. Rating a Bessie in Dota 2. It's a trick, don't click it. No faith. No faith over here. But this girl, lots of faith.
Oh yeah.
Lots of Christianity going on. You guys, I tell you what. Oh fuck, he's like coming. They're coming for me, like straight up, beelining to take out my necromancer. Ugh. Let's see. Seems like a good time to save when I'm about to get fucking raffle stomped.
Love to draw says, ah!
What is that a reaction to? I see the god. Okay, we got another dragon. That's nice. Tell everyone how the lips.
Oh no.
Lips. I agree. The lips are the.
Were you sending him the OnlyFans one?
He's not. Is she? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe she is. I don't know.
One of them was like an OnlyFans star.
She doesn't look like an OnlyFans star. What I find super fucking funny is oh my god, these emotes are fucking vile. Jesus
What are the
Christ.
emotes?
Look at the, like they move.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, I can't think of a creepier emote than those fucking claws opening and closing.
No, that's not claws. That's
Above?
that's a picture of her leg. That's a picture of her, and those are her legs.
Yeah.
See the high heels, like the red high heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, we're just talking about a really trad con streamer
Yeah,
streamer
of
girl.
course.
Don't you worry about
And
this.
David says, to be fair, she does probably make quite a lot of people say Jesus just by seeing her.
So mean.
Fucking got him. Love to Chalk says, Greek Orthodox chicks with cute headscarves look better every day. No, are you like adding it to the rest of general in Discord?
Yeah.
So everyone can react?
Oh, I have to, if it does the, it's not going to do the preview thumbnail, right? Yeah, good. Discord's cool. Discord's not going to spoil the. But yeah, no. What I find like super hilarious was she's got like these emotes in her chat that like of like a hand furiously jerking off like an eggplant or something, and then some guy shows up in chat and is like, "Can we get a 360?" And she's like, "No, this is a gaming stream."
What?
And I just think that's so fucking funny.
I have pride.
Stay on topic.
Get your head out of the gutter. You stupid pig.
So fucking funny. Oh man. Put a spoiler on that?
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me edit that. Spoiler. How do I do spoiler again? Like select stuff. Sometimes it tells you. Yeah. Okay. Spoiler. There it is. Those are some crazy lips though. Like. So yeah, no. I just saw her randomly as like a thumbnail, and I was like, what the fuck is going on there? And I like click on it, and then I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, man. And I go, but then I go to another stream, and then she just walks by in the background of someone else's stream, and he's like, hey baby, and I was like, what the fuck? So then I got super curious, and I was like, I have to figure out what's going on with this chick.
Oh, yeah. Randomly in quotes.
Randomly? Yeah, no, but it's that's another Rumble streamer's like wife or something, like that's
Yeah, right.
yeah, like that's
She's with somebody else who also streams.
on Rumble, yeah. She also has a nursing degree. I was watching her husband stream because he's what's his name, Silver Fox or something. He's like one of the bigger Rumble stream, or I guess the biggest. That's not. I guess it's not. Well, no, there's like some big guy who just joined. Oh, Dr. Disrespect's on Rumble now. So, but he's like I don't know. He's like a big Rumble streamer, Silver Fox or whatever, and yeah, he was talking about his wife getting like scammed or something, and he's like, she's smarter than me. She has a nursing degree. I was just thinking like, man. Yeah, I mean, no comment. I guess it's. A way better idea than this guy just like wandering around putting zombies over there is probably putting a Call the Herd, like putting a gallows right here. Get another. Every 75, I can cast a really good spell. Is this enough to not die? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I should have just straight up ran, but we'll see. And you. Put you in here, and then I'll pop out a gallows here. Oh, no. Oh, my scout can move. Yeah, you know what? I just need him to be, like, straight up. Nothing complicated. I just need to see what's over here, because I think their base is probably really close to me. Then at the far end of the continent is probably the Aztecs, like, building up like crazy, unfortunately.
David says, you know how it is. You're scrolling through the news on YouTube Shorts, and the further you go down the rabbit hole, the more the algorithm suggests things based on the trash they serve.
Yeah. True facts. Oh wait, I can put a Call the Herd like right here. I forgot about that. I was thinking about that last time. Okay, 43 a turn is a lot of Hands of Glory. I think it's like every other turn I can do major summoning. Also, I got just the main guy. All right, let's see if I survive this.
Love to Draw says, Facebook legit keeps showing literal porn in the Reels section. That sounds about right.
Okay, so they didn't end up attacking me. They're like going everywhere else. That's fine. 74, literally short by 1 to cast the spell. Okay, so I have 3 squares. I'm gonna prioritize the Hands of Glory. And then I'm going to use this guy to recapture the stuff I need. 1, 2... Oh, I could have gone 1, 2... No, I couldn't have. I was here. So I could have gone 1, 2, 3, yeah. I didn't think about it. This guy could have gotten there too. 2, 3. You can move again. Did I drop off a zombie here? Yeah, I did. Drop off 3 zombies here. And then drop off zombie here. Because all these little zombies, it'll cause them to get into a fight, potentially, if their army isn't big enough to overrun. So this will slow down an army by forcing them to stop their movement and fight a battle. That's my theory anyway. Try and slow down my enemies. And you go here, build a gallows here. Perfect. 46 a turn. Big numbers. Honestly, big numbers. Then I can put a gallows here and a gallows here. If I can get 2 more, that'll be nice. That'll be very nice. Get lots of Hands of Glory. Get Lots of nice minions. Yeah, the kobold guy's kind of fleeing off the map, which is interesting. Oh, I saw the apprentice thing. I forgot to recruit him, but I guess it's fine. Save some gold for some more summoning. Come on. Why's he gotta miss like that? Fire breath. Yeah, get nice. They only have like 3 hit points total, so any damage of any like significance is like a kill. Nice.
Intense.
Sorry, I was actually transfixed by the battle, but
Sorry.
I'll speed through it. Fighting kobolds is always fun because they have so little health that like you get this like big victory all the time with just killing them.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, let's see. Only lost one. Was an expensive troop. That's okay. Okay. Let's take you. Go 1, 2, and then move you out this way. Maybe we should have moved you here. I don't know. No. Let's save. Okay, perfect. I'll go capture this, and then I'll cast Major Summoning. Let's see what we get. Okay, I like the horse guys are good. There's something in particular I'm looking for, and you'll know when you see it. You'll also know by me celebrating. Okay. You here drop off a zombie and follow her. I guess I probably should have gone here first and done a, but that's okay. I wanna get something out of the graveyard because if like someone like this wanders into the graveyard, it'll start spawning undead, which would be super annoying. Just like neutral undead fucking up everything. Start leaving stuff like that in these things. I think this guy is probably best used attacking here. So I guess I'll move over to attack the... Oh, right, the catapult. I forgot about the catapult. Is that viable for me to attack? Big gamble, because if he just gets shot by a random catapult thing, he's... it's a bunch of resource invest. But this tower is going to spawn armies that'll capture my stuff, so it like has to be captured. You know? I think the best thing I could do with this guy is recruit some Banefire archers. Yeah, and then I'll bring those over to my main guy to reinforce him. Oh, it's Calamity Leo in the
Discord.
In the Rumble chat.
Yeah.
Who's the troll who thumbs down? I don't know. I can't even see. Oh no, I'm looking
Maybe it's her.
Can't even see downvotes. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got a downvote. Well, that's exciting. That means that it's like a human who at least popped into the stream. That's cool. Yeah.
Normally no humans in real life.
Yeah, it's usually if someone's like human, it's like they want to tell me about like
Check out my channel.
Yeah, or not. Oh, well, that was funny. Yeah, that's happened a couple times. But it also like people who want to tell you about some kind of like conspiracy. They post a link in your chat, which is like the sketchiest thing ever. Oh, it's like not a link to any website you've ever heard of, and they'll be like, "Click if you want to know the truth." It's like, all right, man, this is fucking. The truth unveiled. And it is quite annoying that so many conspiracy theories have been proven true because now,
yeah, right.
Now there's like people have called too many ridiculous things, too many very obviously real things conspiracies. And now people have these completely retarded conspiracy theories, and they're like, "This has to be true because all those other things they said was yeah." So it's like,
yeah, obviously, it can be over exaggerated. How much you should always be thinking with your brain. You shouldn't just assume like, if they're right about one thing, they're right about everything, etc., etc.
Yeah.
David Meyer says, my mom clicked on one of those links on Parler and it uninstalled her keyboard.
Huh.
Some trolling going on.
You want to hear mine, like your conspiracy theory? Sure. And by ridiculous conspiracy theory, I mean like flat Earth or something.
Oh,
like,
yeah, of course.
Like my fucking cousin saw an AI video of Elon Musk saying that there's a firmament and his rockets keep on hitting the firmament and bouncing off, and so he can't get into space and they're not going to get to Mars. And I'm like, dude, that's the most AI sound. Like he didn't think it was AI, and I'm like, that dude.
Yeah.
That straight up, that is definitely a fucking AI video.
Yeah, there's, if you think you think with your brain, you can tell that it's obviously not like, true.
It's like, come on, are we really like, yeah. Is that enough zombies to like win a fight? You know what? Let's put some more zombies in here. Maybe they can win a fight. Who knows? Yeah, then I need a gallows here, so I'll move back up there. Oh, and you're delivering fresh skelly archers. Get you in there. What are you doing? Oh, you're attacking, right? I think maybe I could win this.
David Meyer says, yeah, pretty harmless as far as viruses go, but she's elderly and had to do the walk of shame and call me to explain what happened because she had to log in to pay her bank to pay bills. To her bank to pay bills. Yes. That is words. Understandable.
Blackhelicopter.net. Black helicopters is like interesting, right? So that's the idea that if you see black helicopters, it's the government and they're like doing something suspicious.
She went without a keyboard for most of a month before that.
Aww.
It took her a while to admit she needed help, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Was it? They attacked my scout. Rather that than move any further closer to my necromancer. Okay. Oh, it straight up killed a bunch of them. That guy's probably... yeah. Not bad. It's like 4 kills or something. I would rather the scout be alive, but, you know. Okay. Boulder 1. Miss. Nice. Boulder 2. Oh my god. Just nuked him. Okay. We're on -6. -4. Should be 2 more boulders. First one. Oh, they can't attack?
Love to draw is saying, while I find it, here's a smaller conspiracy thing. I sure wish they made my social security card out of whatever these terrorist IDs are always made from.
So that's like a 9/11 conspiracy. It's like cause how could it survive the crash or whatever? There's like a lot of I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of people that are experts in like plane crashes and how much stuff survives a plane crash.
Yeah, well, obviously things fall out of the plane after it crashes into something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously there's a higher level of investigation that went into like 9/11 than anything else because it's such a big fucking deal. You know, because it's like knocking down a big building. There's levels to it, right? Like, so it's like first conspiracy is that like 9/11 never happened. There's no one was ever in the towers. Like it was all like made up, which is like something you might believe if you hadn't like
Watch the footage.
if you hadn't been a kid and seen the column of smoke rising from New York City because you grew up in New Jersey and you know seen how scared everyone was and like I don't know like if you didn't live through 9/11 it is easy to imagine it just never happened. Then there's the 9/11 was an inside job, like the government used it to get into the war.
Yeah, supposedly they wanted oil. Even though we didn't take any of the oil.
Yeah, we didn't take any of the oil, and in fact it just like yeah the whole oil thing is yeah the whole oil thing is super retarded because the place we invaded didn't really have an oil mining operation set up. They had oil that was like we knew that it existed, but it just wasn't. There's like a couple pumps that were set up by like the Soviets in something, but it was like super not like well developed, and like to get the oil out is expensive too, as opposed to like Saudi Arabia where it's like has a port and everything. So I don't know. It's like the oil thing. It doesn't really make sense, but obviously there's so much we now know there's so much money that like Boeing and like whatever military companies make on these like contracts. So there's plenty of reason that Dick Cheney would want to go into the Iraq war that is not related to like justice and stopping terrorism or whatever. And like obviously better place to go would have been like Afghanistan or whatever. You know, there's all sorts of like stuff. And then people will claim that like the Pentagon was never hit or something. I don't know. There's so many layers to it. And then there's like the Building 7, like how could that have fallen? But it's like, I don't know, you play with blocks, knock over one pile of blocks and like another tower nearby will fall. It's like not I don't need to be an engineer to understand that like a building falling down next to another building will cause problems, you know. So and there's a lot of people who like know about like jet fuel and steel beams and shit. We'll talk about that. But I don't know.
They did the thing on Mythbusters or whatever. Was it Mythbusters? I don't know. But
I
they had
don't
like
know.
jet fuel, like blasting on a steel beam to see if it would still hold, and yeah, obviously it did not. It like bent and fell over.
A thing people will point to is that there was another plane crash into the Twin Towers, but like that was like a single engine plane, and the fuel was like leaded gasoline, so it's not like exactly comparable, you know. And like I don't know, 2 747s slamming into something is quite an impact. So I don't find it too far fetched.
Right. Well, there were two planes that crashed into them.
I think it's much more reasonable to think that Pearl Harbor was something that
inside job.
That's something they let happen.
Okay.
They'd never... What? Okay, hold on.
You gotta catch up on the conspiracy theories.
What if all skyscrapers of sufficient size, built after a certain date, have, for the sake of protection, a self-destruct button that causes a controlled implosion into their footprint as to avoid them falling over to the side and potentially taking out a much larger swath of the city? You wouldn't need a self-destruct button. You could just have... So everything is meant to fail in a certain way. So, like, certain things will snap at certain places because you just make it slightly in a certain way. You know, like everything, you understand if it's going to fail, it's going to fail in a certain spot, probably. And you just design a building in that way. You don't have to put TNT in the building to do that. You wouldn't need a self-destruct button, but you design them to collapse in a certain way. That's not, like...
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy, they just do that. Like, that's not a hidden fact.
Like, you look at a Jenga tower, you remove the bottom.
Americans did not want World War II, so we broke trade neutrality and let ourselves take the inevitable response. Yeah, honestly, I think going into World War II is a gigantic fucking mistake. Same with World War One. I think both of those things is not...
It was not in our best interest in the long run, but, you know.
It fucking ruined America for... Like the whole sexual revolution is a result of us going into World War II. The propaganda we put out saying, like, Nazi bad has overridden all sense in everyone. Like, I was just talking to... I just popped in on a stream, and... Yeah, I don't think I can take these guys. I think I need to hang back and, like, summon some more. I kind of have to, like, play a little delicate, you know? Go hang out up here. Oh, I can't even cast the... Yeah, I'm just gonna chill. What about you? What can you do? Oh, this is a citadel. This counts as a citadel. I forgot about that. Therefore, I can go here. Fuck yeah. Okay. Then I can make another village here. Sweet. Okay, that's awesome. And then you will spend my gold on that. Perfect. Anyway, I popped in on someone's stream who was talking about, like, non-woke, well, this guy's channel in general talks about, like, non-woke RPGs, right? Like tabletop RPGs, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but except Dungeons and Dragons is very woke. You can change your gender every time you sleep for 8 hours. Never sleep for 8 hours, guys. You're gonna wake up. No. Yeah. Okay. So I brought up Myfarag, which is made by Varg Vikernes, who is known to have some pretty bad takes, right? I was just arguing with him on Twitter the other day. But yeah, so the co-host of the stream was like, "Oh man, I looked at the reviews for that RPG he made, and they were like scary. They were all like, not about the game mechanics, but like, oh, he understands our culture and how to defend it." It's like, if you think about that, like, rationally, that's insane. Like, that there's like a guy out there who's like, oh, it's scary, like, these people want to defend our culture. Oh man, oh, that's scary stuff. It's like, there are people out there who hate you. They want to kill you. And you're You're worried about what exactly? Someone advocating for your rights?
Yeah, I
Somebody-
think he thinks it's like one of those boomer takes where it's like, well, if you're proud of being white and if you want to like defend white culture, that is the equivalent of being a Nazi. Better be careful. Uh-oh.
Yeah, like even if it is, like, is that really worse than someone wanting to kill you? Like, there's people out there who want you to fucking die, and this guy is like, I don't want you to die, and you're like, oh, that's pretty scary. I'd really like to die. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. Did you hear that guy? He said he's concerned for my safety, and he'd really like he'd like my children to be like happy and say, oh. It's like, dude, that's like a fucking Looney Tunes take that you could only accomplish with the entire weight of the American propaganda machine running overtime to produce that bonkers of a take. It's like so suicide. Yeah, hi. It's like super suicidal.
David Meyer says, okay, I have to. Story incoming. Uh-oh.
Sure.
We've set ablaze a fire.
Also, my cousin was like, oh, maybe they had to knock down, they were missing like $1 billion. That's why they had to knock down Building 7. And it's like, there's nothing you could hide. First of all, there's nothing that is more efficient to hide by demolishing a building than throwing it into a dumpster and pouring gasoline in there. There's nothing there.
Yeah, there's a much simpler way to
Like
hide evidence.
my dad was watching like the truth about 9/11 on History Channel, and like they're talking about, oh, there's these filing cabinets that would have really sensitive information. It's like, yeah, you know what you could do with that filing cabinet? Throw it into a dumpster, the whole thing. Pour gasoline in there.
Hunting a rabbit with a bazooka.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's like the most noticeable thing you could possibly do is demolish a building in the middle of New York City. Like, that raises the most suspicion possible. That's a terrible idea. Oh, how can I get rid of these documents in a clandestine fashion? Oh, I know. I'll demolish a building in the middle of New York City. Like, fucking, you trying to get caught? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I get it. Like, yeah, government's bad at stuff. Maybe they would do something really stupid, but I just don't.
Yeah.
That seems... I also think they're quite lazy. I don't think that they would go through the effort of demolishing a building instead of saying, why don't you shred those documents that we're not supposed to shred? It's like, are you sure, sir? It's like, yeah, I checked. Definitely
of all,
supposed to.
9/11 conspiracies, I'm always surprised to hear not a lot of people talking about the fact that, like, Bin Laden was radicalized here in the United States. Like, shouldn't there be more conspiracy theories about the colleges, like, radicalizing people to being terrorists to their own country?
Yeah. That's the most important detail about that whole thing is like
everyone rather believe that it's like fake or that we were trying to like
it's like
oil.
Like how many parents heard that about Bin Laden and then were like, huh, that's weird. Anyway, go off to college, son. Like,
yeah, like
what the fuck?
What happened?
Okay, another night guy.
David Myers, he has a story.
Okay.
Guy gets dropped into a room where there is a clone of him, and as the door is closing is told only one of you is leaving. Guy turns to the clone and yells, I have lived too long and have been through too much to have some damn clone take this away from me. David Myers says, here's my phone, wallet, and keys. Good luck out there. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
62, 72. Okay.
I didn't do a good job delivering it. I'm sorry, David.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Suicide jokes, no hit here, huh?
I have missed people saying suicide, by the way, because, like, you watch YouTube videos and they're like, self-unaliving? self no livy. It's like, could you be mature and like for like 2 fucking seconds just say suicide? Like, it's kind of serious. Hmm. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll do that.
Self uninstall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I hate is calling pedophiles PDF files.
Yeah, no, that's unacceptable. I have to
use PDF
Yeah, I have to use PDF
files.
files, guys. Unacceptable. Disavow. Strong disavow.
I have to sell those files.
I have to
can't.
sell PDF files. Okay, so let's. I'm really glad we've transitioned from PDF files to CSAM, whatever.
CSAM, yeah.
Yeah, that's better, guys. All right, we don't need PDF files. I need PDF files. We don't need PDF files to mean anything else.
Yeah.
Although I do think that perhaps Murders of Crows? What the fuck? I do think perhaps Games Workshop should come up with a better abbreviation than CP for command points. Hot take.
Yeah.
Because I'm like watching.
Obviously, the fact that we have to censor these things in the first place is ridiculous, but you know.
No, it's just like I'm watching like these people play Warhammer, you know, for like this YouTube channel, and they're like, man, I love CP, and it's like, I don't know, maybe a different one.
Yeah,
maybe
Pokemon Go
could
uses
you
CP for combat power.
Yeah, guys, can we maybe just say command point? You know, it doesn't take that long. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's not even that many syllables. We can just like. Fastest was to turn docs greater than PDF equals Dr. Disrespect. Huh.
No idea.
Oh yeah, grape instead of rape is a little fucking. Also, people will go SA like sexual assault, but that's like not really the same thing, because that sexual assault is also like groping.
Yes. Yeah, it applies more.
The fuck was that? The wraith just sucked the life out of this guy? Why'd you do that? Stop.
Yeah. I kind of don't care. I'll still say the words in my videos, but you know.
Yeah.
I guess it matters much more for bigger channels who are trying to make an income from it and actually care about getting monetized.
Yeah. Whereas you're more to Cloud of Death. Big spell. Now is that decaying? What does that do? Cloud of Death is. Oh wow, I have Finger of Death on this guy, huh? Oh, I should have customized the spells on these guys I summoned. The decay is super devastating on these guys, right? Because they only have 3 hit points, so if it procs literally 3 times, you're dead. It's a crazy status on them. Although if you have a ton of health, it also does more than 1 damage. Oof, see that proc? All those kobolds just disappear. Feels good. That's some dots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not like a big Varg fanboy, right? Like, I do find I found that criticism to be kind of. Well, I guess there's no like polite way to say it. It's just pathetic, right? It's like these are people that.
Even if he's not going about it the right way, he has your best interests in mind, I suppose.
Well, so like, yeah, I mean, you could not liking Varg. That's fine. But the they're criticizing the fans who like that he has a RPG that is positive about their heritage. And they're critical of that, being like, well, that's scary. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, bad guys. They like that there's something positive about their heritage. At the same time, this whole channel, like, the main thing that I have seen them talk about in their videos is how woke RPGs are and how that's bad. And, like, while
And they're just not making the connection that, like, disliking white heritage is a woke thing.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I don't like that this RPG came out and it's really nasty about my heritage. It's super mean about, like, me being white, and it like, you know, it makes me sad. Also, this guy who's positive about my heritage, I don't like him. So it's like, well, what do you want? Like, so, like, you don't, I don't know, like, what do you have, a bunch of apathetic activists like, oh, I just want, like, nothing. Yeah, I advocate for nothing. Yeah, the woke people, I'm against that because I just don't like things. It's like, well, I don't know, this doesn't kind of work like that.
Calamity says he wants to nag. That's what he wants.
Yeah. And then but yeah, like, my bringing up the RPG was to mention a specific mechanic, and I totally get not liking Var, because the guy mentioned, like, oh, his wife, he sicked his wife's, and I couldn't understand what he said. It was, like, garbled because he's talking really fast, really mad. I think it was, like, his wife's fanboys or something. He was also calling his wife, like, autistic, which is 100% true. She's definitely super autistic. But that guy is swaying as he talks. So, like, he's sitting in his chair swaying back and forth. So it's like, I don't know, man, you're visibly autistic. And that's fine. It's just like, I don't know if it's an insult to call someone autistic while you are super, super clearly autistic. And that's, you know, it's fine, right? Autism is how I got this game. I love this game. This is a super fucking autistic game, and I fucking love this game. This is fantastic. Trisha saw this game and instantly was like, what the fuck? And I was like, you don't understand. You're not autistic enough.
Ah, yes, of course.
But somewhere out there is someone who understands, who made this game for autists like me. And I am happy. I like this game. It is a good game. Autistic game. The best. And yeah, obviously I can sympathize with someone sicking their goons on you, as that happened to me yesterday. But
hey, Gabe, welcome to chat.
Okay, I can make a gallows here, right? Call the herd. Expensive. I'm buying hand, and I still have. This will let me get more. Ooh, we get a hand with this too, and plus a trade point, so I can buy hands at a higher rate. Trade in this gold. Do I have an apprentice to recruit? I don't. Okay. How about you? Let's just have you grave rob for this winter, and then we'll bring you out. I don't really like this position I'm in now. Like, I don't know. Can I win this? I guess I can, right? I'd like to summon more. I feel like I don't want to fight these two together, so I guess I have to attack. But let's save, because this could be like this could be me like losing the campaign. This decision. Let me see. I'll gamble on it. I'll try to attack and see what happens. You might like intercontinental ballistic missiles, then? What? Identity politics is cancer all around? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. But also, it's just fucking nice to, like, love yourself. I don't know, like to not.
Yeah, you should be able to like be proud of like your family and your culture. That's all well and good.
Like you.
No hate there, you know.
It's like I don't know. I also just don't think that it's like I don't know if I like have a lot of faith in this like just eternal apathy, like no one like this stuff, and then we'll like everything will be great. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I went to school, and like in high school and like middle school there was so much like shitty stuff that gets thrown your way, where people are like, oh, like the only reason Cortez was successful is because of disease, and the only reason that we were really stupid when we colonized America. We're all like dirty and dumb, and like, you know, you celebrate some kind of like I had teachers like I would be like, oh nice, I got like an A on this like test, and then a teacher would be like, you should go home and thank your parents because you were born into like a nice like affluent town and whatever. And it's like, why don't you just shut your fucking mouth, bitch?
How about
like,
you just say good job? You know?
And anyway, I was looking through My Frog, and I haven't tried the system out, so I actually don't know if it's any good. But one of the mechanics was super cute. I really liked it, and that was the one that I mentioned. On that stream, it was the idea of Hamanya or whatever, which is like their sort of karma system, I guess is the closest thing that you could compare it to that makes a lot of sense. It's a like spirit tree, I think. I've been trying to like look into this more, but all the information is kind of muddled because you have like crystal bitches talking about it and stuff. Like it's hard to find like a very scholarly video on it, and like I don't know, search results have gotten worse, so I don't know. But essentially it's like a spirit tree, and then the more good things that you do, the more like glorious, brave acts of high character that you commit, you make this tree stronger, and you are connected to the tree, and all of your relatives are connected to the tree. And when you die, you pass on like your connection to the tree to your kids. It's like the strongest way to pass it on is through having kids, right? They get the most of your Hamanya passed down. So the mechanic in the game is the more good deeds you do, you can get Hamanya points or whatever, and you can hold a certain amount, like according to your level or something. If your character dies, you get to re-roll a character at like level 1, right? Standard stuff. They don't like some RPGs now will be like, okay, just rejoin the party at the same level they're at, so it's not like power imbalance. This one is more interesting. You start back at level 1, but you get to pick feats equal to your number of Hamanya points or whatever.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you've ever played like 3.5 or whatever, and you have those like crazy mile-long list of feats, all of a sudden you're like salivating at the idea of being this like heroic person who dies and then passes it on to your children. It could be your other relatives too, because like your brother or your cousin or something is also benefiting from your Hamanya theoretically. It's an interesting idea for a mechanic, and it certainly makes people much more into the idea. Like, what better way to get people into the idea of a heroic death than it being a very meta heroic death, right?
Yeah, right. And you get all excited, like, oh man, my son is gonna be so powerful.
Because you could think about, like, I would be thinking about all the builds that I'd be going for, right? Because, like, your first life, you don't need that many feats. But then there's other builds that you need lots of feats for. So you're like, ooh, if I die, then I could grab this new build with my offspring by comboing this feat, this feat, this feat. Like, you know, let's say you do, like, a normal fighter as your first character, to put it into, like, Dungeons & Dragons terms. Then in 3.5, there's something called Monkey Grip, I think it is, where you can hold a two-handed weapon in one hand, which is like super dieseled up barbarian thing. So obviously you dual wield, you know. And then you have Cleave, which is when you make an attack, you attack. If you crit or kill someone, you get to make one extra attack against someone else next to you. And then once you have cleave, you can get great cleave, and then you can make, when you kill or crit, you can attack everyone around you. So now you're this dual wielding, giant sword wielding barbarian that like kills someone, then like kills everybody around you, whatever. And that's like 4 feats. But as a human, I think you get 1 extra feat, and then as a fighter, you get a feat. So then you have like 2 feats. So you can do like part of that. You can do the dual wielding, the big swords, whatever, and then your son could like carry on and right at level 1 be doing this like extra combo of feats that you couldn't do, and it's kind of cool. It's like it sets you up to kind of break through the maximum level, like how strong you should be in the system. And it's like kind of, I don't know, it's I found it quite wholesome as a concept, because you're like,
yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, you're like setting up your offspring to be more powerful. Do I attack this guy? How many big armies could they have, right? What are you? Are you called something special? A kobold shaman. Are you like the leader of the shaman? Of the kobolds, I mean. So is another, because their base is somewhere over here. Is some big army gonna come out and just like raffle stomp me if I go fight this guy now? You're not big. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just summon. I'm gonna keep on summoning. I'm gonna be safe. Fuck. I want a Tartarian spirit. I keep on getting these dudes. Oh, you know what I could do though? Worm Feast. I could walk him in here and grab this village, and then I could walk him right back. Haha. Check that shit out. Okay. All right. Oh, you're in danger. You probably can't beat this guy. Yeah, he's too much shit. So... Ooh, but if I move 1 over here... Actually, could he take this? Is that a big enough army? I don't know. Ugh, I kind of don't trust this guy to win any kind of battle. I don't know. What kind of spells do you have? You have... Oh, Black Cloud is disease? Yeah, that's useless. That's useless in an actual fight. Strength, Sap, and disease. If he had good spells, I'd trust him, but I think I'm just going to run him here and then try to... Because this is probably too much, because this, extra movement. It's not like winter's ending, is it? Yeah, midwinter. Good. Trading post, get that extra Hand of Glory. Extra 3 gold. Plus an extra trading point should let me trade, like, more. 8 hands per year, cost of 24 gold, so 2 gold per month, I guess, and a yield of like not even 1 a month. Kinda sucks. I have an excess of gold. Maybe I should be going for bad trades to get more Hands of Glory. Buy it overpriced. 96 a year. That's a lot more than 24. I don't know. I still need to recruit apprentices when they show up. So, Missed out on your username to be used to name a character? Don't worry. We can name many characters after many peoples. Fecuntu, I couldn't possibly replace that. Worm Feast, I think we can replace. We'll call him Gabephans. And we'll put a little vampire symbol next to his name. Yeah, those little vampire fangs show that Gabephans is a spooky boy. Betagrath. Penator? I think worm venom is also... Leonidas. There we go. Leonite ass, actually. Perfect. Who else we got? Oh, we got... Love to draw. Who do we replace? Fecuntu, I think, is a pretty, actually, terrible name. Yeah. There we go. Now, what do Dustwalkers do? Why are there just 2 here? It's suspicious. Okay, I don't know. Probably fine. What's the worst could happen? Getting absolutely blasted? Yeah. We'll survive, probably. Okay. Capture that. I bet their base is over here. So... Let's avoid these guys, though. Let's try to fly in that way. Because you can fly over trees for the same speed, I think. Okay, yeah, you saw that? The kobolds went and got caught in a fight, and the little zombies down one. Nice, okay. They're a little bit dangerous, but not that bad. Cool. Another Death Knight, which isn't bad, right? These guys are Igthengu. The fuck kind of name is Igthengu? That's fine. I mean, they're also all... I keep on ending up with Finger of Death as a spell, so it's like dropping crazy damage to snipe something that is not there. Like, there's nobody... There's fucking no... There's no high value targets. I mean, if I run into a dragon, if they have a dragon, that'd be great, right? But I'm just never running into one, so. Alright, Thresimund. Why don't you drop off another zombie there, and then run here, and drop off another zombie. And then we'll go here, and you'll grave rob, and you'll be super strong, and it'll be great. Actually... Why don't you drop off all your zombies and then just move over here now? I guess I should have waited. I don't know. Late winter. Whatever. You're not super strong, are you? There's no point in moving around in winter. I'll just use the action points more efficiently by summoning useless zombies. Whatever. The reason I don't like the zombies is because they lower your movement speed. That's why I was able to move an extra space, and I had that like grayed out one. Is because everybody else in the army, including the commander, is faster, but these guys are slow, so they slow down the whole army if you keep them. Okay, I can move here and then build a gallows, and maybe take an oasis. What is this? Oh, trading post different from an oasis. Gotcha. They look the same though. Spooky dragon man. Alright, let's see what happens.
Just a time check. It is 11:51.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my computer says 48.
Yeah.
And my phone says 48.
My computer might be a little off.
Okay.
I'm still telling the general time.
Yes. So it was interesting to hear your experiences in school, because I was homeschooled. The most traumatic experience I had with political teachers was when a Sunday teacher singled me out. Because, mind you, we were all like 12 through 13 in 2008. I was big on the Ron Paul thing, and when the teacher asked, a teacher was asking who we liked, I was the only one that didn't give the basic bitch neocon evangelical answer. Ron Paul's like the libertarian guy.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, teachers can be kinda mean sometimes. You had that one psycho teacher that just like ripped up your drawing.
Oh yeah, in kindergarten? My
yeah,
god.
like who the fuck does that?
Oh my god, yeah. I didn't even know how she knew my middle name. Fucking... My first reaction was like, how do you know my middle name? Like, what?
Helped you.
Is that on my, like, forms for school?
Maybe.
Yeah. God, that summoning sound is just the fucking worst. Alright, let's see. Does the... so much burning damage, right? I was attacked in a forest? Oh no, a moose! These fucking mooses! They're ruining my...
The mooses. The meese.
The meese! Oh my god. This unit isn't bad either. He has like multiple attacks. He's a bite and a claw. You know? It's not bad, but he's not gonna win against a fucking moose.
Yeah.
Was that moose like the moose evaded the explosion? You fucking piece of shit. That is bullshit. A moose would not know that is an exploding skeleton. What the fuck? They should both have disease right now. This is bullshit. I want a judge immediately to my table.
Oh, get right on.
Yeah. Okay, I think I could take this tower. Probably doubly. Is it worth it? Do I care? Summon, then 1/2. Or I could also, like, place some gallows here. Try and up my income while I'm hanging out here. You know what? Yeah, I'll use my main guy for military stuff, and I'll use my... There we are. Oh, baby, we got a big bird. All right. We got a bird.
You got a bird.
We got a bird. Oh, you guys are going to love the bird. Wait till you see what the bird does. Check out the beak on that bird. Such a funny... We were watching Cultured Crusader on YouTube's, and he was talking about how, like, in this one anime...
He's like, I don't like it when
is it Matt
anime
Cross?
Girls only don't have any noses
Yeah.
or have, like,
So
really
in-
tiny
So in
these
Matt...
mouth breathers.
Yeah. So in Matt Cross, I think is the anime series. Is the anime like
Plus.
Macross? Okay, yeah. Macross Plus it was the specific anime, but the Macross is like a whole, like, it's like Gundam where there's a bunch of them.
Yes.
And he goes like, see, look at this, for example. Check out the beak on this bird.
She's got like a big nose. It's very 90s style anime when they had noses. Yeah. But it's just a funny thing to say. Check out the beak.
Hail the magic moose. Got a traitor in chat. Yeah, being 12 and having teacher you like suddenly going off about how you're not supporting candidate that didn't win the primary either will be the end of America and the West was
Oh, maybe the teacher should go fuck herself.
Yeah. If I know what that did to me, I can't imagine what your schooling did to you. Yeah. That is fucking weird, by the way. You're like, you can't vote, and they have a fucking... I don't know. For my criticisms of winning friends and influencing people, I mean, there is something to just, like, attacking someone like a crazy person and expecting them to, like, suddenly...
You're bullying someone into submitting.
Yeah, like, that's not, like, super effective. So you shouldn't get obsessed with politics? Yeah. I think you should... If you want to get obsessed with something a little bit deeper than politics. You know?
Get obsessed with something that's unchanging.
Like, I don't... Oh, God, I have pine needles in my pocket? What the fuck? Man, that tree...
It really
took
just
no prisoners.
exploded everywhere. We finally took down the Christmas tree for context.
Yeah, I was like, alright, because I can carry the tree on my own, right? Christmas trees are not that heavy. They're just, like, unwieldy. And I was like, all right, I just need someone to. It's like don't help me carry it because that's just gonna be a disaster. I just need someone to tell me when I'm like next to something and like tell me how to maneuver it so I'm not knocking stuff over. And it's like, yeah, sure. And then I start taking the tree out and I'm like scraping against walls and stuff and nobody, like, I don't know, it's hard. Nobody says anything, and now there's pine needles fucking everywhere. There's pine needles in my pocket. I'm gonna go throw these out.
At least they smell nice.
This is true, but our tree had like mites on it, so
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that tree on me. I don't know if there's
That's
gonna be
fair.
like fucking tiny eggs hatching and then I'll be consumed by insects.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's people who like they don't get obsessed with politics, but they get like they kind of dive into like religion or you know, or like ancestry or something like that. Something that like it's you know it's semi connected, right?
Something a little more healthy.
But it has like I don't know. To me, it feels much more constructive. Like there's there's like a point. I guess is that a way to say it? I don't know. Also, people who are anti something as an identity, I feel like are not standing on as sturdy a footing as someone who wants to see something. I think that's why like conservatism in America just didn't work out in the like
in the past.
yeah, in like the 60s and stuff, like where it just sexual revolution just kept on going forward because they had a vision of something they wanted to do, and the conservatives just were like everything is fine how it is. And they might have been right, or maybe that conspiracy theory about them being controlled opposition is correct. I don't know. But yeah, the bird, it drops rocks. It's also called a ziz. I don't know. I don't know if a ziz is a real mythological term, but it's certainly a fucking goofy name. Bonk.
Yeah.
Dropping a boulder. Bonk. You can see 2 damage numbers. The second is damaging the floor underneath them. How did that miss? Bonk. Bonk. So yeah, that just adds like a bunch of boulder drops to any siege. Before the fight even starts, the bird just gets free attacks. Quite nice. It's the same as a catapult, right? Making some good inroads here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking of Varg, he eats his cornflakes soggy.
Psychotic.
Yeah, isn't that like that's some real stabbed a guy 37 times in the chest kind of energy.
I thought we found out that it was the opposite. That he like
Is it?
that he pours his cereal a little bit at a time and then eats it so that it won't be soggy.
No, that's what I do. But like, no, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I remember in the group chat you said something like, "Turns out we all have stabbed a guy 37 times." And,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, so I think it was the opposite.
So it's him like. There's like just clips people take out of it's a documentary called Until the Light Takes Us, and it's Varg talking about the situation with that guy was he was part of a band that was very influential in like black metal, and then it kind of got sidetracked because he had a conflict with his bandmate which ended in him stabbing his bandmate 37 times in the chest. Now that's,
in self-defense.
In self-defense. I argue, yeah, it's probably it probably is self-defense, and if it was in America, he probably very reasonably could have gotten off. Certainly the guy from Gorgoroth would have gotten off. maybe. Actually, I take that back. That guy would have gone to jail, for sure. That's a different situation. But
It's a little bit different.
yeah, he was like twisting a guy's balls and like cutting him, and like he's like, "I will drink your blood." So I don't know. That didn't feel like self-defense.
Basically,
Yeah, it felt a little. Well, the guy did perform a home invasion, so
yes.
so like I could see it. I could see the self-defense part, but maybe
And maybe you don't like try and like twist their balls. And
yeah, maybe the twisting the balls part was like a little. But the guy like left the party. The guy followed him in his car for many miles to his like remote like cabin in the middle of the Norwegian woods. And then he gets out to continue his religious argument about Christianity and like forces his way inside his house to continue arguing. And then he woke up and was like getting his balls twisted and his blood drank, and he was like, uh-oh, maybe shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, maybe this guy is not convertible.
Lappyland? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, everywhere in Norway is a little bit like kind of isolated, but everyone knows 36 is the limit for self-defense. That's right. So, well, the guy was planning to kill him, and he was telling people his plans to murder him. And then he shows up at a time when the guy wasn't expecting, because he had told him at the specific time to show up. And he showed up instantly, as soon as after the call. So he was preparing to murder Varg, but he hadn't gotten all the stuff like ready, and he was going to meet him at a particular place. And he had told people that went and called Varg that he was planning on hitting him with shooting him with a stun gun, and then taking him out to the woods to film a snuff film. And he was like very specific about what he wanted to do and like the camera he wanted to use in the stun gun. So he ran away.
The smartest murderer to tell everybody about this.
He ran away. Varg threw him to the ground. He fell. He tried to get around Varg into his bedroom. Varg threw him again. He broke a glass like coffee table or something, or glass side end table. He tried to use the glass to stab Varg. Varg pulled out a knife and stabbed him 37 times in the chest. He did have a stun gun under his bed. He was probably running to get it. He probably was going to take him out to the woods and film a snuff film. Self-defense?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know.
But it didn't turn out that way. Instead, he got charged with murder and had to serve a whole, like, 10 years in jail.
That's not bad for murder.
Brutal, authoritarian state in Norway over there.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 dragons, 2 Draco Liches, I could take on these fucking kobolds.
Calamity is getting to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Dude.
I think, from diving into church history, I can somewhat confidently say that on that front, and thus the politics allowed for the conservatives being retreating pansies was 100% the problem. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's this weird, like, American Christian thing where they're like, what is American is never judging anyone.
That doesn't make any sense.
Never judging anyone and being vaguely nice. And, like, that's, like, not... I don't know. There's also, like...
It's like those people who say only God can judge me, and then they do a bunch of terrible stuff.
Yeah. I had, like, an atheism kick, and I, like, looked into Christianity, and I didn't like it for certain things. But then people will not like Christianity for completely fucking made-up reasons, and then they'll be Christian and follow completely made-up, like, tenets that they just, like, kind of...
That they assumed was Christian.
Yeah, they, like, assume from, like, I don't know, Facebook posts or something. Like, I don't know where they come to this theological conclusion.
Yeah.
And,
well, a lot of people who are Christian also have not read the Bible.
Yeah, that's
another thing.
That's another weird one. You know, because I was in class... in like English class, and the teacher was like, nowhere in the Bible does it say you can't be gay. And I was like, yes, it does. I was like, it 100% says that in the Bible. And she's like, oh, are you willing to look it up for extra credit? And I was like, yes, I am.
Gosh, yeah.
Of course I am.
It's
And I go...
things to look up.
I go to
multiple
like...
passages.
I go to like fucking like Bible.com, type in gay. There we go. Leviticus.
Titan gay.
Yeah, like, it's just easy as shit. Like, oh, teacher thinks I'm gonna be poring over dusty tomes and like the archives of the church in order to read the Bible. Like, fucking welcome to the 21st century, bitch. I show up, I print it out and show up, and I was like, here it is. And she's like, oh, you really? She was like, oh, you really looked through the Bible? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, you can have some extra credit. I appreciate the effort. I was like, no, I found it. I got it.
It's there. You're
It's
wrong.
and she looks at it. She's like, this is from the Bible. I was like, yeah, it's from Leviticus. And she reads it. She's like, oh. She's like shocked that it's in the Bible. It's like, the fuck did you get the information? It's not in the Bible. Did you read it and then come to that conclusion, or did someone tell you that and you were like, yeah, that's true?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that where people will just like repeat something about the Bible that's not actually in line with the context.
I like the animation enough that I was able to, and I was very into the history. At one point, I could identify what era it came from just by how it was drawn. Super interesting. It's a good thing to like. Yeah. Getting good at telling who directed the Bugs Bunny cartoons from the animation as well.
Yeah,
that
they
is
all
neat.
have their own unique styles.
I remember. I guess it's time to end the stream.
We're at the winding down point.
Yeah. So I'll wind down with a happy story, I think. Speaking of animation, I was in Disney World, and I was tired of waiting and sitting on the floor and okay, so let me context. So we're out at Magic Kingdom for our dinner reservations. My family is quite Italian. Yeah, I'm like Italian and German and, you know, just generally like European. Now,
in case you couldn't tell by looking at him,
yes.
he's got that Italian curls.
Although speaking of Varg having like no, never mind.
Don't.
I don't know.
bring it back there.
It's too much of a deep dive on like how fucking like.
We're talking about Happy Story now.
What to close off the Varg thing? Why was I talking about his case of like stabbing a guy 37 times to death? It's his it's his stupid takes. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so sorry. There's in the documentary where it talks about him in the self-defense murder, self-defense killing, whatever you want to call it. He said everything he says. He kind of says in a sort of like sinister aspect, and it's this kind of thing that happens with people in like the black metal scene specifically, because like in metal you get the like, yeah brother, but then black metal is like this like, you know, Satan vampire kind of vibe.
Bleh.
So you have a much different kind of aesthetic, and your social elevation or your social mobility is kind of determined based on how likely it is that you could be a vampire or some kind of mysterious character, right? And so people will act in a kind of certain way, and like, you know, it's not something that people like maybe they've realized necessarily at the outset, but it's certainly something I like picked up on. And so he's explaining like something very simple, but because how he's existed in like social circles for so long has been this this like vampire thing. The way he talks is kind of funny when he's talking about something very normal. So he's talking about a debate he was having with one of his other bandmates, and he's like so my friend says the way you have to eat cornflakes is you have to let it soak in the milk until it is soft, and then you have mushy cornflakes. And it's like the most it's just so
What he's talking about is extremely like simple
Yeah.
Seinfeld like dialogue.
yeah,
but
he's
it
like
so
evil.
maliciously.
Yeah. He says it in this very like, I'm a vampire kind of way.
Yeah, of
He's
course.
like, and they say, no, what you must do is you must of crunchy cornflakes. And it's just super goofy. But yeah, he has a bunch of like goofy takes, and something that will happen on, there's an account on Twitter called Not Now Varg, and it shares posts of Varg commenting on all sorts of random things, and then people replying to him Not Now Varg, because he'll have these like stupid hot takes on random issues that don't fucking matter, and he'll have some like, like he like thinks that like women shouldn't work out because if you work out too much as a woman you'll start peeing yourself. Like he has like any I don't know.
That's not how that works.
I don't know where it comes from, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't know, but he has these like stupid hot takes on stuff that like, people make fun of, and they're like, not now, Varg. And someone's like, that take was so bad, you should have stabbed yourself 37 times in the chest. It's just such a funny thing to say to a guy who has stabbed a guy 37 times in the chest. Is you should have stabbed yourself 37 times in the chest.
Yeah.
So anyway, on the subject of animation, we were our favorite place to go out to dinner when we went on family vacations to Disney World. When we were in Magic Kingdom, which is the biggest park. There's many restaurants there. There's not a lot of fine dining restaurants there, but one of them, which is at the end of a like cul-de-sac where the electric parade goes down. So it's like part of their end of the park show is the electric parade, where there's these floats with lots and lots of lights all over them will drive down the main road before the fireworks. And so if you eat, this one restaurant is called Tony's, which is a reference to The Lady and the Tramp. It's supposed to be the restaurant that they fed the dogs at in the movie. And we're waiting there, and of course, they have a little rug and a old tube television playing Lady and the Tramp on loop for the kids to sit and watch. And there's even like the frame around the tube television has the dogs cut out, like blocking your view a little bit, which is cute.
It's very cute, yeah. And
in order to see over the dogs, you have to sit on the rug. It's just like perfectly aligned, so you have to be just a little bit higher than them.
Right.
And so the kids all naturally like line up on the rug, and it's
adorable.
Cute. Yes, it's adorable. And I was getting tired of sitting on the floor because like when you're kneeling for too long, you're sitting on the ground for too long, your knees start to bother you. So I wanted to go wander around, and so my mom was like, "Okay, we can go walk around. We can't go outside." And so we go into the Kodak shop, because there's like a Kodak shop attached, right? Because back then there was no phone cameras.
Yeah.
It was...
Back then, man, cameras were really selling at those amusement parks.
They would sell point-and-click cameras where they have gazillions of pictures you could take. Oh, man, you could take 200 pictures on this one.
Yeah.
And you'd have these disposable cameras. Oh, my God, the amount of disposable cameras. Crazy. Now, there was a hallway going back, and then I wanted to go down there, and my mom was like, "Oh, I don't think we're supposed to go down this way." And I was like, "There's no sign that says it's not okay." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." So we're going down, and I was like, "Okay, well, if we see a sign or whatever, we can just tell them we didn't know." And it's like, whatever. So we go down, and then there's these cutouts, which is like the real proof that we're supposed to be over here. There's cutouts where you can stick your head in and you can take a picture. And I go over to them like, oh, Mom, like I got to take a picture of me in this one, right? So click, zip, zip, zip,
Yeah,
click,
right.
zip, 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 and I got a picture in all the different cutouts. And then there were these doors that were just held open into a theater, and we go in, or I go in, and my mom's like, "Oh no, I don't think we're supposed to be in there," and I was like, "Nah, for sure, it's fine, right?" And there's a big, gigantic movie screen television, like massive, massive, massive. It was like three movie screens combined. It was like a huge, huge thing. And it had, also you're a kid, so it's like huge, right? And it has classic Disney cartoons playing on loop, and there's a massive theater, and nobody's in there. It's all to ourselves. And I'm wondering, and there's more cutouts. There's the claw machine from Toy Story. There was a Steamboat Willie one, and I loved to, and you could spin the wheel and stuff. My mom would take a picture of me spinning the wheel and pretending to be Steamboat Willie and whistling.
Right.
And that was the first time I saw Steamboat Willie, because it was on the big TV, and there was the thing with the trees. There was all these like random, really great Disney shorts, and we watched them for a while, and I thought they would never end. I thought it was an endless loop. There were so many. I was like, oh my god, why haven't we seen these Disney movies? And I was like, oh, I thought they were too old. Like, I don't know. And then it's time to, go and have dinner or whatever. And it was just this like magical hidden little like animation theater that just was stuck in the back of Tony's restaurant in like right connected to the Kodak gift shop.
Yeah.
Sponsored Kodak gift shop to sell you the whatever cameras, and it was like the Kodak attraction in the back or something, because there's supposed to be photo opportunities to take pictures of you and the different things.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
And it was super magical. I loved it. And then, when we saw our grandparents after going to Disney, I was telling Pop-Up, which is our name for my grandfather on my mom's side. I was like, I was telling him about the theater that I found, the secret place. That was like my favorite thing that year. I found the secret place that nobody knew about. It just wasn't a popular attraction.
Sure.
And as a kid, I didn't know that if it was a secret, if it was unpopular, it would eventually be getting torn down. Like it never occurred to me, right? I was just like, oh, it's a secret thing. It'll always be there in the back of Tony's restaurant.
Yeah, nobody knows about this with me.
Yeah, and no other kids are gonna mess it up because they don't know about it.
Yeah, perfect.
Realizing that if Adam was a child and there were Toy Story cutouts means I'm old. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I was telling Pop-Up about it, and then I was telling him about trees that set on fire and stuff. And he's like, did they have Steamboat Willie? And I was like, yes, they did. And then, Papa was kind of like a quiet guy, It wasn't he wasn't like a super animated guy, but he immediately puffs out his cheeks and starts whistling the Steamboat Willie thing. I was like, how do you know how to do that? Oh. How did you know?
Oh man,
and
that's so cute.
Yeah, because Pop-Up was in the Navy, so he, the sailing stuff. Yeah, he knew the tune. Like he started doing it, and I was like, what? How can you do that? I was so excited. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It was like, you can whistle like the guy in the cartoon. And he was like, it's not Pete, is it? Is Pete the name of the guy? Yeah, it's Pete.
Oh, you're thinking of like the villain.
Yeah, the villain, and yeah. He was like, oh, did Pete steal his boat or whatever? And I was like, no, he got it back, And he's like, oh, good. I don't know. It's just because it's like, I don't know. It's just this cool little connection to like the Disney stuff that my like grandpa watched or whatever.
Yeah.
It was super fun. I don't know. In any case, that's my random little wholesome story for you.
Yeah. You get to go to sleep to some good vibes, guys.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, and I guess we'll see you guys again sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely. Good night, everybody.
Good night.